You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're great.
You're
Hey,
great.
Derek. You're
Are we
great.
gonna have nicknames for each other each episode?
You're
I think
great.
we should.
You're great.
I'm Underboob. That's the original. That's the OG. So you're
So
Nev-Nips, I'm
great.
Underboob.
Oh wait, let's not give away the studio production value we have here.
It's pretty low.
You're probably going to sing anyway, so you might as well just use
That's
the
a good
part,
point.
You know?
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Stop laughing. This is serious, Monica. This is our first podcast.
This is very serious.
I'm gonna breathe deeply into the microphone so everyone knows how serious it is.
It's the biggest commitment I've had in like 10 years.
Well, that gets rid of the first question. All right. Hi, everyone. This is the Hug Life podcast. I'm Mike Coletta.
And I'm Monica Nevi.
She likes Nev-Nips, though. That's the name she enjoys.
It
Right.
sounds like I like Nev-Nips.
I thought, you like the name Nev-Nips.
I do. Just a name.
Just the name. Not the topic. Not a Google. Don't Google
ask
Nev-Nips.
more questions. Just call me then and walk
Are we
away.
gonna have nicknames for each other each episode? I think we should.
We should.
So I'm
Underboob?
Nev-Nips.
No.
I'm Underboob. That's
Yeah.
the original. That's the
Yeah.
OG. So
Yeah.
you're Nev-Nips. I'm Underboob
Let's do it.
because I have man boobs.
No,
No,
just an under part.
just an under part. It's just low. It's just a hanging thing. It's like a roof, like where a roof ends on a house.
It's an eave.
It's an eve.
It's an eve.
You know.
It just,
Do you do roofing on your side?
just protects your body from sweat. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That protects it from sweat. Nothing's protecting my body from
It just-
sweat. I am sweating right now.
I'm
Just-
sweating right now too. It's hot.
Oh, high five.
Ooh,
Did that get on
sweaty
the
high
microphone?
five.
Sweaty high five. That was more like slop. Okay, so this is the thing. This is our first episode. It's very important. We're in my extremely hot dining room right now. The only reason I have a dining room is I have a girlfriend. That's the only reason I have one. And Monica's here, and we're going to do the first episode. And what I figured we should do, this is a positive podcast. That's what we're going for.
Yeah,
we're
that was like the difference.
is like our thing is we like to be happy.
Yeah,
Do you like to be? I like to be happy.
I do. I love to be happy.
And I don't know about you. This was the thing I put in the promo for the show that we're going to talk about later. Is like we've done a lot of angry comedy shows. I've done angry comedy shows where people
Or
are like,
naughty.
"Fuck
like,
this crowd," or
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I don't need this anymore." And you're like, "No, okay, just be." I just burped a little bit inside my chest. I didn't need to tell them that probably.
Probably not.
But it's okay.
Inside
But
your chest, like
inside
they-
my chest. It didn't leave my body. It just stayed in there and hung out. It was just like, huh? I was like, oh. That was a very sexual noise for a burp. Oh, huh? Ooh.
From the underboob.
From the it was right in the underboob. The best part about this is we're sitting at a dining room table and I'm like, let's sit across from each other, and it's kind of like extreme eye contact.
Because we
right?
had to lean forward. So
Because we're just like, oh, hey,
it's like we're in a
Mama.
huddle, like,
It's like,
constantly.
Guys,
The whole-
the next play is try to be funny on a microphone. And hut 3. Okay. On 2, 1, 2. All right. Okay. So the way we're doing this podcast today, we're going to have games and stuff later. We're going to have things later that we do. But I figured the first podcast, I want to get to know you more, and you want to get to know me more, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, well, I'm sure everyone wants to get
to know us more.
Yeah.
So we're going to interview each other. That's just what we're going to do for the first podcast.
Yeah.
Interview each other, get to know each other, and it's going to be fun, okay? And there's already been 3 minutes of the first episode.
Right.
So this is crazy.
I think it's going great.
I think it's going great, too.
Yeah,
And
I'm
this
having
is-
fun.
People are going to be like listening to this and like, it's so fucking happy.
Right.
Okay, so do you want to do the first question, or do you want me to do the first question?
I'll do the first question.
Okay, go.
Okay. What is the nicest thing anyone has ever said to you?
The nicest thing anyone's ever said to you. Oh, the nicest thing anyone's ever said to you. Okay, the only thing I can think of is I was on my 21st birthday, and I got way too drunk. Okay, like you do. Like I had to and I was throwing up in my bathroom. Okay, and my girlfriend was next to me, like throwing. I'd already like peed in front of her
She
too.
was throwing up too?
No, she was just taking care of me.
Okay.
But she's like, I can remember her because this was like right before I blacked out, and she was like standing over me, and I like threw up in the toilet, and then I looked at her and I said, "I love you" for the first time.
Oh my God. For the first
For the first time. That's what I told her. I loved her for the first time, throwing up on my 21st. And then she said, "I love you too." And I was like, that's the nicest thing, because you should have just been like this shithead.
You should have just walked away.
Yeah, you should have like just walked away and shook your head. She's the nicest,
She
you guys.
is nice.
She might be on it. I don't know though. Okay, is that a good answer to your question?
Yeah, that was great.
That was good.
Story.
Okay, ready for this really intense question?
Yes.
What's your full name?
Monica Marie Nevy.
MMN?
Uh-huh.
MMN.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
I used to, when I was little, I used to do MNM because I thought, like, M&M, that's good. But those aren't my fucking initials.
And you secretly wanted to be a white battle
Yeah, I
rapper, but then
get
you're
it.
like, you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, I would always, like, change it. It was stupid.
You don't know who you are.
I was stupid.
Stupid. Have a little more confidence in yourself,
I know,
Monica.
that's what this is for.
That's what this is for, is
Yeah.
to build confidence.
Positive.
We're going to feel so comfortable sitting and looking into each other's eyes 10 episodes in.
We're going to hang out with people and sit like this normally, and they'll be like, what's wrong with you?
This is how we always sit. This is how we talk.
This is how we sit.
Just really intense and open. Okay. We're going to skip the order, and I'm going to do mine. I'm going to do 2 in a row.
Oh, jeez.
Lawbreaker. What's your favorite Urban Dictionary sex position? So like a made-up one that's ridiculous.
I have to know those?
You don't know any of them?
Not from the... See, I feel like you know a lot about Urban Dictionary.
This is the thing, is I was doing a show. We do stand-up comedy, by the way. I guess we should probably say that. I did a show at the Parlor in Bellevue, and the headliner was on stage, and he said, he's like, you know what a rusty trombone is? And she's like, no. And then he described it, but he said the wrong thing, and the crowd's like, you're wrong. And there was like 8 other people yelling, and I'm like, hey. And then Greg's like, you know what it is? And I was like, yeah, it's when you eat a person's butthole and then play their penis like a trombone. And then everyone laughed, and then the staff was like sitting next to me like, how do you know that? And I'm like, and then it was like a really uncomfortable rest of the weekend. They're like, look at this fucking creeper over here. And I'm like, you guys never looked at Urban Dictionary?
I'm gonna try to rusty trombone somebody. That's a weird, like, why?
I'm gonna glass bottom boat somebody.
Glass, what is that one?
That's when
How
someone.
about you give me some options? It'll be
Okay,
like a multiple
and you get
choice
to pick.
question.
So you already know what a rusty trombone is.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then there's a glass bottom boat, and that's there's 2 versions of
that
it.
always sounds sexy, but I don't know.
The glass bottom boat.
Yeah, that's cool. You can see. I want to know what it is. Obviously,
You
I
can
don't
see
know
the
what it is,
ocean?
but yeah, when you're like at the
Well,
actual
you're not
thing.
gonna like what it really is, because it's when someone is laying underneath, like passed out underneath a glass coffee table,
Oh.
and then you shit on the coffee table, so when they wake up, they see it.
I'm a little upset that you think that's so funny.
Why? It's really funny. It's just it's not sexual. That's what half of these aren't sexual at all. Well,
I-
rusty trombone's pretty sexual.
Yeah, that's pretty sexual.
But the glass bottom boat, and then there's a Cincinnati surprise.
What's that one?
That's when you poop in a pillowcase and hit someone with it.
Just a lot of pooping.
Funny ones. Those are the 3 I'm gonna say, because I have one more, and I think it's way gross.
You think that's way gross?
I think it's the grossest one.
See, I don't like poop.
Well, the next one involves poop too, so I'm not gonna tell you that one.
Well, you asked what
Oh,
sex.
there's
position,
another one,
and
the
only
Boston
one-
Bomber.
Why?
This is a funny one. It's
Okay.
when a girl is lying on a bed, and she's like putting all her arms and legs out, just wide open. She's naked. All right, but she's
Just
kind of
wide
hanging
open.
off the bed, and you enter a woman, but you get a running start. Is that your favorite one?
Yes.
That's definitely your favorite one?
Just well, not if I was her, but because that sounds dangerous.
But as far as comedy goes,
That's funny.
that's funny. I was thinking it'd be like a slip and slide scenario half the time, like you'd miss and you just slide.
slide up. Just hit the back.
You shouldn't have played with those oils earlier. So you think it's a Boston Bomber for you?
Yes,
Okay. This got off to a really gross start.
it did. Yeah. Well, I felt like we were doing okay. It went from my name to fucking dirty sex things.
That's how I operate. The next
What's
one
your name? Rusty Trombone.
What's my name? Rusty Trombone.
My turn to ask you a question.
Okay, is it gross? Find your grossest one, because I just did one that was really gross.
Okay, how would you describe an underboob? And
How I describe an underboob?
yeah, and how does that make you feel?
Something that doesn't make females attractive. It's the area underneath my man boob. Like we always.
Is it only man boob? That's how I say hello to Mike, because I touch his underboobs.
Yeah, that's a nice hello.
But is it only man boobs, or do women have underboobs?
Well, I guess you'd have an underboob.
Well, yeah. There's an area under my boobs.
Is there
yeah,
a scientific term for it? Das Underboob?
Why is it German? I don't know.
Because German is very scientific.
They're dirty too. They're naughty people.
Okay, any Germans listening to the podcast, I'm sorry about Monica's rude behavior towards your culture.
Sorry. No, that wasn't a bad thing.
Is that a bad thing?
Some people can be naughty.
Some people can be naughty. Well, I just had a really naughty opening. Underboob. I think I just like everyone has an underboob, right? Even guys
I
with
don't
pecs.
think everyone has it.
You've slept with attractive men. Who
Yes.
guys with pecs? Do they have underneath parts?
There's parts underneath it.
Can you describe it to me slower?
There's
Oh,
parts.
look at how sweaty I am. Look at how sweaty I am. I just stuck to my
your
notebook. Summertime in Washington is not doing well. Washington.
Because they're not conditioned for it.
Conditioned
It's
for
too
it.
hot.
I conditioned for this. Mama. Okay. If you had to marry a celebrity, who would it be?
I had to marry a celebrity. Who would it be?
It doesn't. I mean, it's anything. It's a guy or a girl. It's whatever. It doesn't have to be all like a man only. It's whatever you want.
Can it be
It could
more
be
than
Alf.
one person?
So you want to be polygamist?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, you can be polygamist.
Okay.
You're like Mr. Ed and
No,
Alf.
I really
Done.
I would marry. Honestly, this is weird, and I've never really thought about this. But I think as far as like a stand-up, like gentleman, like he seems like a really nice guy, and he would take care of you, and he's very invested in the things that he does. Is Kermit the Frog?
You'd marry Kermit
I
the
would
Frog?
totally marry Kermit the Frog. Yeah.
I'd officiate that wedding.
Oh, hey, Monica. It's me.
I think he would be offended if you tried to do his voice the whole time we were getting
Hey,
married.
do you, Kermit? Oh, yeah, me. I
See,
take
he's a nice
Monica
guy.
to be. Hey,
It'd be awkward though in the bedroom, like,
take off your shirt, Monica.
There was some old like Jerky Boys sketch that where he was high. It was like him and Big Bird, and they were high.
and they were high
Yeah, and they were like, the word of the day is bong. And then they just laughed.
the whole time.
Yeah, it's really
You want to marry that? He does drugs. I don't approve of this.
he does drugs. Yeah, I do.
You want to marry him?
That's why.
No, I'm
Does
surprised you
drugs.
picked. You know what? I like that you picked a Muppet. I like that. I can respect that.
I think like appearance. I'm just a bigger person than that. It's all about personality and how we connect. And I think that don't look at me like that. I think that we would have a very functional relationship.
It'd be really nice, because if you ever need to get somewhere quick, you just pick him up and run him with you. Would you get tired of him getting really excited and flailing his arms in the air? Like about everything? You're like,
head
hey,
back.
hey, Kermit, I got us a gift card to the Olive Garden. You need to calm down about all this stuff, Kermit. That was my question to you. What's your question to me?
Oh yeah.
We can't get sidetracked.
I know.
It's okay. This is
These
just
are all
called dead
very-
air.
okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
No, just take your time. It's fine.
Oh, I'm Monica. I gotta figure something out.
If you were a sandwich, what kind would you be and why?
Ooh, I'm tempted to say French dip,
Oh.
but I don't know what that would mean. I mean, I don't like an accessory to a sandwich. Like, I don't think I like to eat French dips, but I don't think a sandwich should be something that you have to add something. Like, you have to do it yourself.
Right. I see. So you are enough.
I think I'd
for
be
yourself.
a delicious toasted
Okay.
Italian sandwich
Okay. With like
with
the
like
meats
all the
and
meats,
yeah.
and salami,
All the fancy
the
meats.
pepperoni, the ham. I'm thinking of the Italian BMT.
Yes. You are.
Right now, but I don't want to. I want to think of like other Italian meats too. But that's
Prosciutto is a delicious.
prosciutto
Italian
ham.
meat.
That's
Yeah.
delicious. You can throw that on there.
That's kind of ham.
Oh man, let's talk about this meat together.
Let's
All right,
talk about fancy
let's
meats.
talk about
I am like a real big fan of fancy meats.
really
Yeah, and shrimp.
fancy meats and shrimp.
Yeah, if those things are at some type of gathering,
If I made that
I'll be
into
over
a person, would you marry that?
oh yeah.
Oh sure.
Clearly I'm not very picky at
You
this
just
point.
ditch Kermit like that.
No, I'm a polygamist. We've been over this.
It's like the opposite. Like all my brother husbands are here today.
Their husbands.
Yes, you meat man and Kermit the Frog.
He's got shrimp fingers.
I'm gonna touch you with my shrimp fingers.
Meat man, isn't that what every woman wants? I don't know.
Am I right?
Am I right?
Cacao, cacao.
Right, it is.
Okay, that was my answer. I'd be in a toasted Italian sub. I think toasted subs are better.
I think it depends on what we're just talking about sandwiches right now.
That's I could do a whole podcast on this.
I'm a big, yeah, I do like toasted sandwiches. I don't know when I go to like Subway or something, I don't.
You don't get it toasted? You know what? I just did that not toasted recently. You know what? I ever talked about this. This show's called No One Has an Opinion. That's what this show's called.
Just say,
Everyone.
oh, you're right too. That's
Oh, you're
what-
right. This is like the agreement
You have
hour
a
with
good
Monica and Mike.
You have a good point.
No, we are Eminem though. together.
My initials came true.
That's right.
M&M.
You just needed a fat, hairy man to hang out with.
And a frog.
What have I lost? And a frog. And a frog. I'm tempted to lose weight just to see what my underboob changes to.
What are the other options?
I don't know. I become skinnier. I look like a hunky guy. Right?
I have underboob too. I thought we decided that.
But I want to know on me.
I want to know.
I want to know on me, Monica. Monica, don't let me go, Monica. I need to know what I look like on my underparts. Okay. That was a question to me.
Yes.
My question to you. You ready?
Yeah.
What was your worst comedy show you've ever done? There was a wind of breath.
Like the worst.
The worst comedy show you've ever done in your entire
The worst
life.
that I have ever done, or
that
the worst
you've ever done, or you were a
venue?
part of.
Okay.
The venue. Maybe the venue was bad. Maybe a clown came out and he was really creepy and he ruined the show.
I will say that someone asked me to do a casino and like headline it, which everyone has their opinion about what time you should be headlining a casino.
Mm-hmm. And how far into comedy were you when you did this?
This was not that long ago, but so
It was like 3 days ago.
3 years into
3
comedy.
years.
But it was 45 minutes and it was like just a side room, so I figured why not just I need to do a long set, might as well. It's like casino in Shelton, Washington.
Oh, the very popular bustling metropolis of Shelton, Washington.
Right,
I believe
exactly.
they have bull statues as you drive into the town.
Exactly. I was like, oh, we made it.
It looks like we made it.
And it was like I ended up not being worried about the time because there was barely anybody there. There was a staff party for some dentist office that was in the same room, but they were not paying attention at all, and they were just like talking.
Did you get off stage though, and they gave you those packets with toothbrushes and mini toothpaste?
I wish.
I think you're gonna need this.
They were smoking cigarettes inside because it's a casino.
I hate that.
I know
I don't like it.
It's to my lungs.
I think it's because I'm from a younger generation that just doesn't like cigarette smoke. I just don't like it. I don't mind it outside because it goes away.
Right.
But in those casinos, I did that shit casino in Oregon, and I was like, it smells gross in here.
It smells gross in here.
It smells nasty. So keep going. Was that it? Was that your worst show?
Well, I was going to tell you why it was my worst show. But
I got really excited by
that's fine.
dentists. Go.
Yeah, I don't know. And it was fun. I mean, like, that's the thing about comedy now. Like, even when it's bad, it's still kind of fun.
Yeah.
And
It's a story.
right. And so, like, I just ended up talking to them most of the time. But then, like, some lady sits in the front by herself. She lights a cigarette with a match, like, right in the front. And I was like, what just happened? And then some guy answers his phone. Like, there's like 5 people there that are paying attention. He's one of them. Then he answers his phone, and it's a flip phone. And I'm like, what the hell? I was like, did you just answer your phone? He's like, yeah. I was like, give me the phone. Give me the phone. So I'm like talking to this person on stage who's clearly asleep or on drugs or something. Like, this person, I was like, hey, what are you wearing? Because I'm stupid.
Because you're gross.
Right. And I was like, do you know that you called a flip phone? Do you know that? Like, why?
You gonna play some Snake after this? What you gonna do? Huh? You get some bejeweled?
She hung up. Sorry.
Sorry, lost her.
Right. And yeah, it was just, I did the 45 minutes.
But it's a story. That's the important thing about it.
Right.
Even, you guys, you know what? Even if you have a bad show, it might be good.
Or even if you have a bad day.
It might be good. So you had a bad day. You let a show go bad. You answered a phone and then you got real sad.
That's good.
Is that good?
Yeah. It
You
rhymed.
had a bad day. It rhymed? I just like things that rhyme to music. That's what I like. That's the kind of music I like.
Well, some people call those songs.
Oh, really? That's it. The podcast is over. It's been too much. It's too far. We've gone too far. All right. That was your worst comedy show.
Yes. What was your worst comedy show? I think that's
I
a good
just
question.
did it. It was in Klamath Falls, Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah, it was Klamath Falls, Oregon, and the host. I was working with my friend Gabriel Rutledge, very super funny headliner. Mm-hmm. He's kind of my mentor, and I don't want to cry, but he's great.
I don't
and
want to cry, but I'm
we did Pendleton the night before, this casino, and it was way good. Like, it was a really good show, and then we went and watched Transformers afterward, which was really bad, but it was fun bad.
Like best friend.
Yeah,
you can
it was
do
just
whatever
a
you want with
friend- it
your
was a
best friend.
time.
And it's still good.
It's still going to be good because it's about the people you hang out with. Exactly, Monica. Which is why we're leaning into each other
It's
on this
not about
table,
the
making eye contact.
destination, It's about the journey, you know?
Brah. You got to end those kind of sentences with brah. Brah. So we do Klamath Falls, and there's a host, and he brings me on wrong. He brings me on as Gabe Coletta.
Oh,
He combines Gabe and I's names. And he said I performed at the Bridgestone Comedy Festival, which is a sweet, sweet tire festival that happens every year.
It's hilarious.
It's amazing. And free tires. All the treads. You want winter? We got winter ones too.
Put Captain Crunch on it.
And then I pretty much just went up there and like it was one of those things where there was not a lot of crowd, and they got too comfortable with me. Like they were talking back, but then they were talking about their lives. Like, oh, you're sharing? I'll share too. And I'm just like, oh, this is nice. And then there was a lady in the front, and she was wearing a San Francisco Giants shirt, and I remember that because like everyone around here is just like mobbing on the Giants right now. Them Giants fans, you know, like because we're so close to San Francisco, but you're not really a fan like that.
Close to anything. Oregon doesn't have a football team.
It's all lies. But she was like apart from her boyfriend, and then she started talking to me about her relationship, and I'm like, this is getting off course. Like I'd rather just do my set and leave, and then
just go outside and talk about it later.
Yeah, but the good thing about that show is like. Eventually, as my set went on, more people showed up, and so it got a little better in the end, and like I ended strong.
Right.
It was just that beginning, so I guess it wasn't my worst show, but it's the worst show I can remember.
Right.
Honestly,
yeah,
I've done shows. I can remember one where I just didn't get, and it was my true bomb, like my one true bomb where I got absolutely nothing.
Right.
And I did 20 minutes, and I just ate it. And it was the worst. And there's nothing fun about the story. It's just like, it just hurt really bad. And then I got off stage thinking, maybe it's the crowd. And then the headliner went on and she killed. And I just did bad. And I was just like...
See, sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes...
Yeah, I was new to comedy then, and I shouldn't really been... Like, it was also on a holiday. It was on like Christmas or Halloween, which is the worst. It's the absolute worst.
I mix those two holidays up all the time.
You know, Christmas, one's about Jesus, one's about ghosts. Jesus was a ghost.
Jesus is a ghost.
He is a ghost still?
I don't know.
Was? What's Jesus doing nowadays? Last time you talked to him? Right by your bedside when you were just like, dear Jesus.
Well, we were texting. Does that count?
Oh, you have Jesus' text? We were iMessaging. Yeah. He likes it free.
His phone number's just 1.
Dial Jesus. It's real easy. The priests are like, you need to talk to Jesus? Just dial 1. He's there all the time. It's all you. No, but
imagine him answering the phone like, yeah, this is Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus here. What's up, pal? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have other people holding. All right. Yes, I get it. You want money. Everyone wants money.
You want people to laugh at your jokes.
My name's Jesus, and I have a sassy voice. Just super sassing it up right now. Praise me. He just hangs up the phone. That's how he ends it all.
Jesus out.
What does he end? He ends all his texts with like a dash, and he goes J Heart, like the iMessage heart, like J Love, Jesus
JC,
JC, JC Chazé.
Isn't that?
It's not MC guy.
Yeah.
Do I know more about boy bands than you?
Maybe.
Oh, you said you weren't into that. We had a conversation about this in a car one time.
I wasn't allowed to be.
You weren't allowed to because your brother was like, it's all coming back to me now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's like, don't listen to this bullshit. You listen to cool stuff. And then meanwhile, I'm rocking in the back of my car with my Walkman and my Backstreet Boys cassette. Yeah. Everybody. that was my childhood. Yeah. I have memories of listening to that Walkman, sitting in a car waiting for my mom because she'd leave us in the car all the time, like windows up. Yeah. Not cool.
Alaska.
I was in Alaska. It didn't really matter that much, you know. But summer or winter, it's gonna get hot. It's a little hot in Alaska. In the summertime, it can get like 80s.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Doesn't it all melt?
Alaska. No, it's made of ground. It does. It's not all ice. It doesn't just melt away. It's made of ground. That's the smartest thing I've ever said.
Ground.
Oh yeah, it's made of ground buffalo meat. Really squishy between your toes. You got to wash your feet afterward because you don't want to get germs on you.
That's why you don't dig in the snow. You don't get down to the buffalo.
Don't get down to the buffalo meat, son. Why are they made of buffalo? There's not even buffaloes indigenous to this area. That's what I was
just saying. This is not. I would just take the worst stereotypes that aren't actually stereotypes.
You've made Germans hate the podcast, and you've made Alaskans hate the podcast already, and it's the first episode. You're so
this
not
is for me.
That's
that's what this journey is about.
This journey's about you? I thought it was about us, Monica.
It's not. I'm just kidding. No, it is.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't back out now.
I needed someone to go on the journey with me. You know, you can't do it alone.
You can't do this alone. Guys, that's the thing. You can't do this alone, okay?
We can't do this alone.
We can't do it without you guys. You listening to me?
Even the Germans.
Just say something back, listener. Just say anything back. All right. We got a sidetracked. Everyone's gonna be like, "Are these people stoned?" Nope, we're just really bad at podcasting, but we're gonna get better. We're gonna get so much better. This is numero uno. Okay. My question to you is worst comedy show. You asked me a question back for worst comedy show. Now it's your question again.
Yes.
What's your question? Is it, hey Mike, why do you get that sexy face?
I think this is a good.
This is a good question.
Well, yeah, from what we were just talking about.
Okay.
Where do you like living more, here or Alaska?
Here. There's opportunities here. I mean, there's the thing about Alaska is a nice place, and it is. In the summertime, it's beautiful. It's the most gorgeous place on earth, in my humble opinion. But that wintertime, it's -60. You got to plug your car in. You got to make sure you're always wearing layers.
See, I don't know.
Guys like me, I get inside with my layers. I start sweating. It's bad.
Not everybody dies.
Not everybody dies. Well, my family lives up there, so make me feel very comfortable when I'm like having conversations.
No, I just don't understand. -60. I'm like, oh, everybody's dead.
It's
then,
cold.
Right?
No, I mean that's the thing. It's like -60 is the worst. It's probably going to be like -30 this winter.
That's still negative anything. I don't know.
It's pretty cold.
That works.
I know. I remember growing up though, and I'd just be bundled up like a giant ball of coats, and I'd just waddle out. And they're like, "Hey guys, are we gonna go? Nope, we're gonna go inside. Okay,
We're just going from one to the other.
We're going from one heated building to another heated building.
Okay, it's like being in Phoenix when you're trying to get from AC to AC, right?
Yeah, AC to AC as fast as possible. Except this time, instead of the AC, it's so cold it could kill you.
That's true.
Or Vegas. Vegas was like that for me, where I'm like, I need to get in some air conditioning now, and it's bad. And luckily, all the casinos are connected.
Yeah, you
can just really
tunnel right through.
You enjoy Vegas.
Yeah, I do.
You like it a lot?
I do like it.
How many times have you been there?
I want to go back.
You want to go back right
3?
now?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's leave now.
Let's do a live podcast from Vegas.
Live on the Strip, second podcast.
Who wants a hug?
Who wants a hug? You want a hug? We're all sweaty. Why do we need hugs?
That was
Question for you.
Yes.
Hugs or kisses? What do you like better?
From who?
Anybody.
From anybody?
Well, someone who you love. Could be a romantic love. It could be a normal love. You guys a kissy family? You guys like...
You know, we don't...
Hey, how's it going?
We're a little bit of a kissy family.
Really?
But not everybody.
Like if I went to your house for like Thanksgiving dinner, would your dad just like plant one on me when I walked in?
Oh yeah, welcome to the family. Cheeks.
He's like, here you go, nom nom.
No.
Here you go, mono.
Right. My family's very close, and we... At least with my parents, like I'm a big if I'm standing next to someone who I love, I'll like put my arm around them, that kind of thing. Like I like.
That's so gosh darn
best
sweet.
Friends. Just bring it in right here.
I do that to my brother.
I guess hugging.
Hugging over kissing.
I think
what about cheek kissing?
Some people.
Cheek kissing feels nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like
someone
I would kiss.
did that to me after a show on.
Who did?
Saturday.
Some dude.
South African woman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cultural.
Yeah,
right.
Probably. I guess. She stayed over there for a while, and then she told me that she wanted to adopt me, which was fine. I was down with that.
Free food. There you go.
Yeah, she said she was already retired. She was only like 38.
Room and board.
To do that, and then she said she wanted to have sex with me, and I was like, those are two very different things.
This got different quickly. You know what? What can I say in my comedy career? I've never had a South African woman offer to adopt me and then have sex with me. It's never happened.
Maybe that's a cultural thing too. I don't know.
That's a cultural thing. Maybe I gotta. That's the goal. That's now the goal.
But at one point, I did yell out loud, "Okay, do you want to adopt me or do you want to have sex with me?"
You yelled that.
I did. I was like, "Figure it out.
Figure this out, lady."
There's like a bunch of people sitting with us too. Like she's talking, and I'm like, "What do I do? What
happens now?"
How do we
so you went home with her. Is that way the story ends? You're like, all right, the sex is worth it for the adoption.
I got a frog waiting for me at home. No.
Monica, are you coming home soon? Hey, I know you got a show, but I need to...
I'm busy. That's why that would work.
Me and Meat Man are hanging out on the couch, and we just need you to come home as
He keeps
soon.
touching me with his shrimp fingers.
He keeps shrimping me over here, and I don't feel right about it. You know what I mean? This is a question I have. Are the polygamists, when they are like having like people they're married, do they all have sex together, or is it like just one dude has sex with these girls individually?
I think it's individually.
That's really a shitty deal for the girls.
Yeah.
That's not cool because it's like that's a double standard right there.
From what I've seen
I'm
from
mad.
Sister Wives, I think we should have a polygamist on the show.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Ask
Not
some questions.
not a dude that just rails girls and doesn't let them rail other people back.
Yeah.
That's kind of lame.
Well, maybe the wives sleep with each other sometimes.
Maybe. I guess it's got to be. I guess it's like a different situation
like 5,
for everything.
And you're late in the rotation.
You're late in the rotation. You're getting called up from the bench. Get over here. Get in the bed. There's like a twin bed on the side where like
bullpen.
I'm on the bullpen. The bedroom, also known as the bullpen. It's so gross, but really funny. Oh, welcome to my bedroom in the bullpen. Yeah. There's only one
Call it the
base,
reliever.
and that's home. Get in here. Get in here now. I always thought it would be like, it's probably like a twisted dude fantasy, polygamy like that, right? That's like a guy who's like wants to be in control.
Right. Well, I don't know where it like originated. We need to ask somebody who knows the answers to these
No,
things.
let's keep speculating and not
Yeah,
know
let's just
anything.
make shit
'Cause it's
up.
way
I think
more fun
that's-
for me.
I think that makes more sense. But as far as like, it's like a Mormon thing, stereotype that they have like more than one wife or they want
Now
to,
you
right?
fucking pissed
But
off
not-
Mormons
I'm
too.
just
There's
gonna-
Germans, Mormons, and people from Alaska are just never going to listen to our show again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Or maybe they'll be like, no, we want to clear the air here, and they'll answer the
And they'll
question.
come on, and they'll be like, come on.
Come on. And then they'll come on.
Oh,
No,
okay, you are
right.
disgusting. Don't say I'm filthy. I retract my sex position question.
You are pooping, though. That's, anyways, not
Pooping?
right now.
I wasn't pooping.
No.
Guys, we're doing this podcast in a bathroom. Let's get real. She's sitting on the tub, I'm laying on the toilet. We had a rough time, okay? When I say
too
dining
hot
room
in the
table,
dining room.
I mean my bathroom.
I mean the bullpen.
Is it really the bullpen? Come on and podcast in the bullpen with us sometime. It'll be live.
What was I going to say? Oh, because, I don't know, a lot of people say that Joseph Smith may have made some things up. So, if you were making up a religion and you were a dude who wanted to sleep with women, like, you'd be like, oh, yeah, dudes are supposed to
Dudes are
marry
supposed to
a bunch
sleep with
of,
whoever.
bunch of girls and have
It makes
lots
sense.
of
I
babies.
read that book, that Under the Banner of Heaven book.
How'd that go?
And, how'd reading work out for you, you chump? Hmm?
Wait, tell me about it.
It
'cause
was
I'm not
good.
gonna
It
read
was a good book, but it's just very biased. Like, I mean, you can tell this guy's got like, isn't this disgusting? Like, that's his angle,
Right.
And I know that's like, if that book is 100% true, yes, that's disgusting. But then you're like thinking like, okay, is this completely true? Because you don't know anymore about anything.
Right. I'm
It's
very
everything-
interested in seeing both sides of everything.
Everything is just so thrown in the air and like done from both sides. Nothing's true anymore except our friendship,
Nothing's true anymore except love.
except love, except that bullpen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get on in that bullpen. Why are there kids watching like a baseball bullpen?
Why are you using the house phone to call somebody?
I do like the idea of having a side bed that you're like, all right, I'm calling you up, Marie.
Calling you
Get in here.
Well, see, I've only watched like a couple of episodes of the Sister Wives show,
Oh, yeah?
but they have separate rooms, and then I think that they.
And then he just goes into
Yeah.
their room.
Well, he has his room with the bed.
They don't get beds?
I didn't
They're like, this is your room. There's the floor.
There's the floor.
You can sleep in my bed when you
Figure
earn
it
it.
out. Yeah,
Work
and then they
that
rotate,
shit
like
out.
certain wife is with him.
Is it like a calendar situation?
Maybe.
Like an advent calendar? Like you open it up and it's like, Marie, get in here. Come on down to the bullpen.
Well, and then they have a bunch of kids who are all have different moms, but then they all
Same
live
daddy.
in the same place. It's very weird.
It's a weird situation.
We should get one of the kids on here.
Hello? This got dark. Okay. Here is...
I don't even remember.
I already
the
asked
last
you
question.
hugs or I don't even remember either.
Oh, hugs or kisses. That was it.
Hugs or
right there.
kisses. Where this looks like it says where do you go boom, but I'm pretty sure it's where were you born. Where were you born?
Maybe the same thing. In Renton, Washington, at Valley Medical Center,
What time?
8:30 p.m.
Exactly 8:30. You're very
February
punctual.
6th.
February 6th. That's your birthday.
1990, yes.
You're 2 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel old. I want to fly away.
We're not old.
We're not old.
No.
No, we're very young. High five. Did you get that on the mic? Did you hear that,
Yeah.
people? Did you hear how good that
That
was?
was a good high five.
A solid high five. That's all we do here. Solid high fives. Your question, go.
Oh God! What's your social security number?
771.
Would you rather just cuddle, with Oprah or George Clooney?
Cuddle with Oprah or George Clooney? This is my thing. When you say cuddle, do we mean spooning? Or do we mean just like, let's hold each other how we like?
How do you hold someone without spooning them? Like, in what? Like sideways?
Just like
or
on
like-
top, just face to face, making
So
eye
you just
contact.
lay on
Just
them,
like, hello.
forehead to forehead.
Hello,
Eyes
George.
open.
No, I'd choose Oprah because I don't see color, and
Now black people hate us too.
I'd choose Oprah because I like. It sounds so terrible.
Money?
No, she's kind of a bigger lady.
Oh.
And I think that would be. I like to be Little Spoon, and I
Yeah.
like to be held, and I think she'd be a good holder.
I totally agree with that. When
You
I
think
was
so?
a small child, I loved being held by fat ladies.
No, that's very. I loved being. Monica's currently like face down right now after admitting her love of fat lady cuddles, and I actually agree with it.
Fat ladies.
'Cause
But,
the thing is,
bigger women,
George-
there was a lot of bigger women in my life, and they were very loving, and they were very
Yeah,
nice to
and this is the thing
snuggle
about George is he might pop a boner. You don't know,
That's
and
true.
that would ruin
and
the
then
cuddles.
that would make it weird. Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, now I got a
Boners
boner.
ruin cuddles.
And we got to take care of this, George. Come to the bullpen with
Get
me, George.
out of the bullpen.
No, I'd choose Oprah, 100% Oprah for sure. And
Yeah,
then
she
I'd
might
ask
give
her
you
what
a
her
car.
and then I'd ask her what her favorite books are she's been reading because she's had a lot of those.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about it.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, and I'll be like, "What movie are you producing now? What other movies are you producing?" She'll be like, "The Color Purple." I'm like, you already made that.
You already did that one.
Yeah.
What's next?
What's next? And she's like, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I'm like, I don't believe you.
I don't
That's a Jules Verne novel. It's the first novel that came into my head. That's like another. That goes right into our next question. What's your favorite book?
Oh, man.
Do you read?
No.
Do you used to
I
read?
do. I have
It
read.
can be a children's book. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's good.
Do you like Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, I was just going to go with the Sneetches.
The Sneetches? I don't think I've read
Yeah.
that one.
It's classic.
Classic.
I can sum it up real quick for you if you'd like.
Let's now is our book club segment where we sum up children's books. And Monica, take it away.
Okay, so Sneetches got stars on their stomachs, right? Okay, and then this guy comes in, because only some of them have stars, some of them don't, right? But all the cool kids have stars on their stomachs. So then this guy comes in with his crazy machine that can give the other Sneetches stars on their stomachs. So then they all have stars on their stomachs, right? So then you're trying to be something you're not, right? And then no one wants to be like that because everybody's like that. So then the ones that have stars, they want to take them off. So then he makes another machine that it's capitalism, really, is what it is. Taking advantage of these poor Sneetches that just want to fit in.
Okay, that got really political, and I don't think that's good for a show. So we're never going to do this segment again.
Okay, so let's edit that part out.
No, we're not editing anything. We're not editing shit. I don't care. You know
We don't know
why?
how to do that.
'Cause I don't know how to do it exactly. Okay, so that was my favorite book. It's your question then.
Okay.
I'm like the bird, I want to fly away.
When you were little, what did you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, you know what I wanted to be really bad?
No,
Was like
that's
a
why I asked you.
famous... Oh, gosh, Monica, that's so rude.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Positivity. Positivity. We feel it. There's multiple things I wanted to be. I wanted to be like underwater exploration guy, like the Legos I had. I don't know if that's a career.
I was just gonna say, like, where did that come from?
That's a
Like,
career, but I think that's what I wanted to be. And then,
marine biologist.
yeah, I guess
Maybe. I
you
don't know
know.
what
And then
they
there was a
do.
while where I thought being an anesthesiologist would be really cool.
When you
That's
were
the
a
people
kid.
yeah, exactly. Which I'd be like, I'm a nerd because that's just a person that puts people to sleep. That's
Right.
all it is.
That's a very you get paid a lot
You
to
get
do
paid a shit
that,
ton of
but
money.
it's a very important job too.
And
Because
it's-
you can fuck that up.
You can
pretty
kill
easy.
someone.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to be a bad anesthesiologist.
But
Take that from me, you guys. All you anesthesiologists out there, don't be a bad one.
If you do anything today,
Mind your
don't be
formulas.
a bad anesthesiologist.
Guys, if
No,
you're
I
doing
like
this,
to whisper.
if you're doing this career, this anesthesiologist, just to take girls to the bullpen, that's not appropriate.
No.
Okay, you should do it because you love science and watching people sleep.
you say?
You
Whoa.
love science and watching people sleep. I love it so much. I love science.
What made you get into
Oh,
anesthesiology?
science. You're so-
I just like watching people sleep.
I just like watching people sleep, and I love
One day I
science.
was just watching my roommate sleep, and he
I was
didn't
like,
know.
you know
but
what? I should probably give him drugs, and then he'll
He's
sleep
gonna
way
wake
better.
up and see me.
And
And
he'll wake up though feeling real good because he slept for 20 hours, not by choice.
doesn't have a job anymore.
Lost his job, can't pay rent. We're moving out, going to doctor school. Doctor school, medical school.
Doctor school. So then, why didn't you?
Why didn't I pursue it?
anesthesiology?
You know, I am registered to scuba. Registered? I am certified to scuba dive.
Registered to
I'm a registered
Like you
scuba
get a
diver.
vote, like
I gotta
someone
knock
just-
on doors and be like, "Hey guys, I look at undersea creatures for a while. If you don't want me to live next to you, I understand."
Oh God.
No, but I got certified to scuba dive, and then honestly, I went to school, and my original major was astrophysics. But then I took my first math class, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not prepared. Like, I really felt the public education system
Failed you.
like failed me. I was like, I don't know what this lady's talking about, and I thought I was good at math, and I thought I was good at this stuff, and then I realized I wasn't, and then I got into theater. Woo! And then my life is all downhill since then because I'm a liberal arts creative writing major.
Right.
What is your major in?
So sad. Should have been an anesthesiologist.
It's a happy ending,
No,
okay?
it
Because
is.
I'm podcasting with you.
Yeah. And you know,
I'm
if
like
this
the
didn't happen,
bird.
if you continued to study astrophysics, you might
I might never have met you.
never have gotten
Monica,
paid.
I might never have met you before.
Yeah.
This
You
doesn't-
probably
you're
wouldn't
not-
have ever.
This doesn't
met
seem
me.
serious. You don't seem like you're taking this seriously.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think we would have ever met.
Does that make you sad a little bit?
Yeah.
Makes me sad too.
That's why I'm glad it didn't happen that way.
You know what? That's a real positive thing we met. This is a positive podcast.
This is a positive. It's always gonna come back.
Always gonna come back around to happiness. Okay, same question for you. What did you want to be when you grew up? Basketball player.
I did. Yeah.
That's what you wanted to do, and then you
There
got an
was-
injury.
That wasn't a thing though when I was little.
What was
That
your thing when
like-
you were little? What did you want to be?
I mean, I did want to be a basketball player,
detective.
but there was no.
WNBA.
Yep, there was no women's nothing really. I mean, there was college, but when I was little, if you asked me what I wanted to be, was in the NBA.
Monica's very athletic, listener. She is.
Listener, is
Hugger.
the only one.
Should we call them Hugger?
Hugger,
Huggers?
the hug.
Well, that reminds me of the face huggers from the Alien movies.
Oh, that's right. Hug,
Cuddle bugs. Hug bugs.
hug bug.
Hug bugs.
Hug bug.
Oh, hug bugs.
Yeah.
It rhymes. Hug bugs. Monica is very athletic. Okay, she was a basketball. I wanted to say major, but that was her scholarship.
Sure,
You got a scholarship in basketball, right?
sure.
Sure. Just sure. You
I played
can't talk
basketball
about
in
it.
college.
She's like, you can't talk about it. It's a secret.
Right, yes, I played basketball in college.
But then you got hurt.
Yes.
What happened to you?
And then it all went downhill.
Oh,
Our stories
Monica.
end the same.
I know. It's like we
Um,
had nothing in mind and it didn't work, but it's okay because you adapt. You know.
Right. Well, I never would have done comedy if I didn't get hurt. So,
I feel real sad. I'm gonna go pay 2 fat ladies to hold us. Is that all right?
can you do that?
Hi. Yeah, I'm on the street corner here. I'm just looking for your fattest prostitute. I just want someone to hold me. Is that? How much does that cost?
she's inside the restaurant right now.
Oh, she's in the Denny's. Okay, I'll go in there.
Right.
I'm not afraid of a
I've
Denny's.
seen
You know
her
what I'm
before.
saying?
I love Denny's. Anyways, yes,
You always wanted to be a basketball player. Like that was your thing. You never got distracted. I got distracted a lot as a kid. I get distracted now.
I got distracted, but not in a way that would have kept me from doing what I was doing. I don't know. I had a different kind of like high school life than other kids because I did it like that. Like I played year round and I was gone. Like we'd travel for AAU and stuff. And like when kids were just having their summers, like we still had practice and travel to tournaments and stuff. So it was different.
It was different.
Yeah.
How different? Why was it different?
It was just, I don't know. You know, like summer vacation. What was summer vacation like for you when you were in high
I
school?
actually, when I was in college,
When you were in high school.
when I was in high school, dude, I didn't really enjoy a summer vacation until I was like a junior. Because when I started like becoming, because I did sports and stuff, but I never got really in with it. Like when I became a junior, is when I started becoming like, I don't want to say popular, but I knew a lot more people, so I would hang out and go on the lake.
Okay.
And I was a lake kind of guy,
Laker.
trying to kiss girls and getting rejected
on the lake.
on the lake.
Should have tried to hug
That's probably
them.
why I should have tried to hug him, and I should have like, hey, can you just hold me for a little while, and can you gain a couple pounds so I can you hold me right?
Get your hip bones out of my side. Yeah, so I don't know. It was different, but I always really liked watching stand up. Like I've always really liked it. Like since I was like 13.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
didn't know though. I didn't even think about it.
I never really thought about it. But then there was points in college where I had been hurt and I was trying to come back from the injury and it just wasn't working. And I, like, in my head, I was like, the only other thing I would ever really, really like to do is be a comedian, which is the weirdest thing, like, to think. And to be like, oh, women's basketball didn't work out as a profession. I guess I'll be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly how my mind worked. And so I started writing jokes before I had to quit playing.
Oh my gosh, the person in the room's phone went off. Like the other person here, like the third
Our
person.
live audience.
Fucking meat man's phone went off. That's super rude.
He can't text
It was
because
my
he has shrimp fingers.
That really ruined that moment that was there.
I
That,
did, yeah. I thought I was going to say something good, but
You're gonna say something real good?
I forgot.
I think about stand up. I knew when I was 18 that I wanted to do stand up comedy. And I didn't know how to express that. And then when my parents made me go to college, like, you're going to college. And I was like, okay, I didn't know if I wanted to go. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I went. And then a girl I was trying to date that I failed miserably. Kissed her the first time on like the nose. It was bad. I missed.
Did she move? Oh.
She didn't move.
Or
I don't
you
think she was
dismissed?
really. I think
you
she just
dismissed
didn't
her?
want that. And then I was like, but then she's like, I'm committing. It was bad. But she told me about the improv troupe at WSU that I was going to, and then I decided I'm just going to do that, and I was really committed to doing that. And then I did improv, and then I didn't even try stand up until I left after improv. I tried it in college badly. Like, I didn't really have bits. I just talked on stage, so I don't even count that as my stand up time because
Right.
wasn't really doing stand up. I wasn't writing jokes. I was just getting on stage and trying to make people laugh for 5 minutes just talking. So, but I guess I always wanted to do stand up. I guess when I was 18, I wanted to do stand up, and I just did improv instead. And then when I finally got into it, I was 22.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's about the same time that I was like, I would really actually like to do this. And I started looking, like open mics around here, and like Giggles was still around and stuff.
I was at Giggles
And
too.
there was a really, there was a long time where I was like, I should just do it. And I had this set that I did the first time written out for a full year. I knew, and I would just randomly practice it in the shower. I just knew what I was going to do.
It's
yeah.
weird.
That's where I write all my jokes.
No, I actually think well in the shower as well.
Yeah. Really.
Next time you take a shower, call me. We'll talk about ideas. Bounce ideas back and forth.
There needs to be some
I'll
type
call
of
you and I'll be like,
recording.
Monica, my phone's so wet. It's not good.
You're breaking up.
I'm breaking it. Well, this was a terrible idea. Why did I call you? This is your voicemail. You didn't even answer. That was a good answer. That was a good answer to a question, Monica. You did really good there.
Thank you.
I thought you had a really good answer.
I wish I still played basketball too. If I could do both those things, that'd be great.
What
But
color are my eyes?
I can't tell. Blue.
Nope, brown.
Gray.
What color are your eyes? I can't tell you. I'm color
Yeah,
deficient.
see?
I can't see colors very well. I don't see
Oh,
colors.
that was my next question.
What?
Can you see colors?
That's really fucking rude, Monica. Oh, hey, can you see colors? My name's Monica.
was
That's my impression of
legitimate.
your voice. Does it
That's-
sound like you?
Yeah, it's offensive. I think you have a higher voice than I do. though, maybe.
I do have a very high voice. Are you kidding me?
Well, I have a low voice, so.
You're like, oh, I'm Monica. Where's Kermit? Make me breakfast, Kermit. I'm Monica. And then I'm all like, oh, hey, guys. Like a dumb.
Like, damn it.
Was that my question? That was your question to me? Was about college? What you wanted to do? That's what that was, right?
What you wanted to do.
We're doing well because you see, I ask you a question and we get sidetracked, but the sidetracks are the best part.
Yeah.
That's how we discovered the bullpen, okay?
Right.
And that's how we really pissed
That's
off
gonna
German
be-
people.
Yes, that is how.
How
and
we know the
Mormon.
buffalo meat is what's underneath the permafrost in Alaska. All right, I just wrote down a bunch of really boring questions for you. But I actually want to know this. What is your favorite song? Like, what's the song you always come back to?
Man,
Is it I'm like the bird, I want to fly away? Is it that one?
I do like that song.
I know. Do you like it when I sing it? I sing
Nelly
it pretty well.
Furtado.
It is Nelly Furtado.
Mhm.
Her name sounds like a breakfast food, her last
It
name.
does.
Because
I'll
Frittata.
have the furtado.
Oh, the Frittado. That's
That's
the
how I
male
order.
version.
Can I have
Isn't
the furtado?
Hi, can I get that
I'm
frittata
just
with
kidding.
bacon in it?
I am very nice to people in the service
I
industry.
am too. You know what? They make my food. I fall in love with them. That's no lie.
I do too, and doctors. Oh my god! Every time I have a doctor,
Doctors?
every time I go to the hospital, I'm like, I'm gonna marry this doctor.
You're gonna marry this doctor? Really?
I passed a kidney stone, and I was like, I'm gonna marry
You did pass the kidney stone. I remember about that. That's bad.
I was tweeting.
You were tweeting
I
it.
live tweeted it.
I'm gonna live tweet this pee.
Like, I'm gonna die.
I think I'm gonna die. The pain is so bad, but
I
guess what? Tweedledee.
I will give you this advice though. If you think something like that is happening and you're on the toilet, do not look it up on your phone, because the first thing it says is, this is the most painful thing that like men equate that to having a baby, like through their pee hole.
I remember my dad had a kidney stone. I remember that being like a bad night. Like he went to the hospital with my mom and we had to stay at home and we're like, what's happening to our dad? We didn't understand. It's actually like it's painful, but isn't it once it gets out of you, it's over?
Yeah,
Like that's the
it's
thing.
done. Yeah, it's not nothing really is like wrong. It's like calcium buildup or whatever. So it's yeah.
Let's talk about your pee more.
It was really scary. There were solid things coming out of it, and I thought I was home alone,
Oh.
and I thought I was gonna pass out.
Oh, did you call your mom?
Yeah, and she was at a storm game.
Mama
actually.
Nevi?
Yeah, and she had to come and get me. And then they were like, "Oh, just take her to Renton Valley because that's like where I go to the hospital, I guess, when I go." And then we got in the car, and I was like, "Nope, we have to go to Swedish right now."
Yeah, we
'cause
go
I'm
right
gonna
now.
Die.
What did they do? Did they fix it? Like, do they?
There's like a laser thing that they can like
What?
make it smaller.
They can make it smaller using lasers. What is this in science?
Yeah. See, if you were an anesthesiologist, you might know.
I didn't know that. I'm not an anesthesiologist, so I didn't become one. I tried so hard.
Did you?
Not really, no. My mom was like, my mom wanted me to be an anesthesiologist, and I'm like, does this beehole want money? Is she saying she wants her son to make money? Is that what's going on? There's a lot of medical school involved in that before.
Well,
It's medical school and then anesthesiology.
Can you do anesthesia with a theater degree?
I got a creative writing degree and a
Oh.
theater minor, so probably
Yeah,
probably
that
could do
seems
that. Seems totes legit.
Seem qualified.
Seems totes legit. Okay.
What happened?
That was my favorite song. Was you never answered the favorite
yeah.
song question. We just talked about your pee.
Started talking about furtados.
Frittata.
I actually I have to give the background is the fact that I like hip hop and rap and R&B. Like that's like my base genre.
That's nice.
However, my favorite artist is Florence and the Machine.
Really?
Yeah.
The dog days are over. Just like it sounds just like that. We
Yeah.
played it. That's what we just played it right now,
Yeah,
and they heard that.
that's her.
That's what she sounds like. Let me play it again. The dog days are over. That.
Yeah,
Dude, I could play this whole day.
it's pretty good. Is that the only part that we have on tape?
I think. Let me ask. The dog days. Oh, I think the CD's broken. I think that's a problem with my audio system. Is it doesn't work right now. We got to get a new audio system.
She's got a couple of songs that really hit close to home.
Hit close to you?
Yeah,
Isn't she like younger than me? Isn't she like 20 something?
I think she's. My
Or this
age,
Lord?
25.
I know Lord is like super young,
16 or
but she
something.
looks like an old lady, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
All her
Maybe
songs
it's like
sound
Benjamin
the same.
Button.
Benjamin buttoned.
Maybe
She Benjamin
she is.
buttoned her way to the top.
Came right out of the bullpen.
Right out of the bullpen. Come on down to the bullpen. Is that baseball? Nope, that's where I have sex with people. Ugh. Baseball's already creepy enough with the butt slapping and the awkward tobacco chewing and
Hot in here.
it's hot in here. It's not me. What? Oh God, what?
Getting up there.
We're getting
Smells
up
like
there.
hot dogs in here.
Yeah,
We've
we
been
just got a
informed.
note from a primary witness that it smells like hot dogs in here. I don't know if it's me. Do I smell like hot dogs?
I don't know. I've gotten used to it at this point, I guess.
You've gotten used to it.
Yeah.
I don't smell the hot
Could
dog
be
smell.
me. I
It
was
could be you.
sweating, running around.
You were
with children
sweating
all day.
tubed meat earlier.
Ground buffalo.
Just, man, I gotta stop eating these Jimmy Dean sausages. You know what I'm saying? I keep sweating out some meat.
Sweating.
Sweat out the meat, Timmy. Just sweat like that's how a fat camp. That's what they say to you. Sweat out the meat. Come on, Tim.
Sweat out those Italian meats.
Those Italian meats. That prosciutto. Sweat out the prosciutto. Sweat it out. Italian fat camp.
I don't think that's a thing.
It is now.
They just
It's
feed
going to
it
be an
in.
Italian fat camp. All the people come over. All right. Your favorite song is an artist. It's Florence and the Machine.
Yeah.
The dog
Pretty much everything
days
she
are
does,
over.
I do really like that song.
You do? I like the song too. It's a good thing we have it on CD here.
Yeah.
What's your question for me? Same thing. While you think, I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
I go through phases. Right now it's Bob Seger.
Really?
I'm obsessed with Bob Seger, and the song's still the same. I don't know why.
Are
It's
you
like about
still listening?
gambling, and it's cool. And he's like, you're still... And he has background dancers and singers. Like, background singers, that's what's on the CD. There's no dancers on the CD. You can't
It's like,
hear
how
them.
do you know?
Oh, you hear the tapping of feet in the background? Is that what's happening? No, it doesn't make sense. But the background dancers go, still the same. Like, in the background, I'm like, I love this so much.
I love Ray Charles.
Oh.
because of the rereleases.
The rereleases?
Yeah, and my dad used to do it. He used to sing the girl part, and I'd say, Dad, do the girl voice.
Are your parents, let's get personal hour, are your parents still together?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know, it's
really
crazy.
cool, right?
It's not that common anymore. Like,
No, it's not. My parents are divorced. They
Most
ended
of
it.
my friends' parents are divorced also.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
This seems weird. It's weird though. They got divorced when I was at a good time. Like I was 18. Like I wasn't too young, so I was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess this is a thing.
Right. But that's also a weird, like.
Yeah.
I don't. Not that long ago, I was having dreams that my parents were getting divorced.
That's uncomfortable.
It was weird. Like.
And then you'd wake up in the morning crying, and you'd crawl between their sheets.
I don't live
As like
with
a 20-year-old.
them, but,
You don't live with them?
No.
You get in your car, you drive to them, and then
I
crawl in their bed.
At like 3 a.m.
Hey guys. Oh, you
Oh,
guys still
both
together?
Still here? All right.
You're still together? Okay,
Just
good.
checking in.
That's good. Just say what's up. Can I sleep between you? Is that weird? Can we get a fat girl to come in here and cuddle me? Oh. But yeah, I'm into Bob Seger. Okay, what's your question? But one of my favorite songs is the Beatles song, "And Your Bird Can Sing." That's a good song. You know another good song is "Dead Air" by Monica Nevi. That's a good song.
Coming out with a whole album.
A whole album of Dead Air. Just recording. Just leave the mics on. You hear that fuzz in the background. You like that? Okay, what do you got for me, Monica? What do you got? What kind of question is it, Mike? How do you get your abs so perfect?
Oh, speaking of that, no. What is the nicest thing you have ever done for another person?
What is the nicest thing I've ever done for? You know what happened? And I don't know what it was. This is the only one I can think of recently where I think I was nice. There's a comedian. I don't know if I should tell her name. Her first name's Meredith. Her car got towed, and I took her. We were all going to a party anyway, so I took her to her car, and then I went to the party so she could get her car. I drove her to her car.
That's very nice.
Yeah, that's what I did. I felt pretty good about that. I felt pretty good afterward. I actually gave a homeless guy money. Oh no, recently. This wasn't a homeless. I did that, but then there was another time on the bus recently, like last week. I'm riding on the bus, and a lady is like crying, and she's like sitting next to people and asking them a question, and I have my bag over the other seat, and I'm like sitting there, and then stupidly I move my bag, thinking another person's getting on the bus, and that other person didn't sit down. So she sits next to me, and she's bawling, and she's like, "Can I use your cell phone?" And I was like, "No," because one, I don't know if this is a scam. You're just going to take my cell phone and run off the bus because I'm right next to the door. She could do it. She's very spry. She looks very fast. Right. Okay, but I say there's probably a payphone next stop. Total bullshit. I don't know if there's a payphone next stop. I was just thinking like it's a bus stop. There's probably a payphone nearby. I'm guessing that. According to movies from the 90s, that's how things work.
That's true.
So I gave her $1. She's like, I don't have any change for a payphone. So I gave her $1 in quarters because I don't know how much a payphone costs. We can make 2 calls. You know, what if he doesn't answer? We got to call someone else. I'm like, I'll give her change.
How do you know?
And then she got off the bus on the stop. She wiped her eyes, totally normal, and kept walking. So I think I got bamboozled.
You did too.
I think I got bamboozled out of $1 in change. But then I'm like, did I just pay $1 and get scammed, or did I just pay a woman $1 to go away?
Maybe.
Because I think I kind of did.
Well, and you saved your phone probably.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm not. Well, one, that's like a definite no-go. Like, I'm not letting someone use my cell phone. No. If it's a friend, yeah, but not a stranger. Because they can just grab that shit and run off with it. You don't let your friends either? No. Because you have pictures on your phone you don't want people to see. Like
sweaty faces on my phone.
Get your sweaty face off my phone.
I actually really don't care. There's nothing good on my phone.
You don't really care? There's nothing good on your phone? That's a rude thing to say. You probably got something great on there.
There's
pictures,
lots of notes.
Notes?
Lots of comedy notes.
Like crazy people notes that you write in the shower on your phone, which is weird.
And then there's only like 4 or 5 pictures of my butt.
Of your butt? I don't have any naked pictures of me ever.
It's not. I don't like that. I think it's weird.
I don't like it either. I don't think I've never sexted.
Yeah, neither.
Okay. Neither. I'm gonna sex someone tonight in my phone, just a random person. Just scroll down, find somebody. Just under boob pic. Just up close. What is that? Is that like a hairy grassland? What is it? What's that?
Did it rain?
Did it rain recently? Hey, what's your opinion on zoos?
Me?
Yeah, what do you think about zoos?
I don't know why I said that like you were asking someone else.
There's no one else here.
Right. My opinion on zoos?
You like zoos?
I feel like this is a trap.
No, it's not a trap at all. This is a complete honest question because I just went to the zoo and I had a great time, but then I was like, oh, these animals are adorable. And I'm like, oh, they're adorable, but they look sad.
Right. I have mixed feelings.
Because I'm like, but you can't, like, 'cause I love the zoo and I love seeing the animals, but we watched this jaguar pace up and down. And you got to think the positive, like, oh, this jaguar is in a very safe place, though. He's protected. And then on the other hand, he's becoming psychotic and pacing in the exact same line over and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what to think about that. And I got free admission, so I didn't pay any money. It's my barbecue was for my work. But, like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. You know what I mean? It made me feel weird.
That is weird. And, yeah, now that I think about it more, because if an animal is like, it has some type of thoughts, whatever level that's at. I don't know. But could you imagine if you were somewhere unable to communicate and people would, like, put you in a box? You know,
It would
like
suck. And that's another thing, too. They fed the bears, and they fed the bears out of Amazon Prime boxes. And it was like, what kind of half-assed zoology is this? You guys can't even get, like, feeding? Give them a plastic tub. Fuck.
Just throw a box.
You just ordered a Game Boy or something online, and then you put a bunch of lettuce in there and threw it in the cage for him. That's rude. He was eating romaine lettuce, by the way.
Romaine?
Yeah, he had a piece of romaine lettuce, and then he had some other leafy greens, and then the other bear got some fish.
Oh.
Wonder if they switch off. I wonder if that's how it works. I don't know.
Maybe one's just a vegetarian.
Maybe he's a very picky bear. Someone's a picky bear.
I'll only eat this out of a box.
I only eat this out of a box. Okay. We just hit an hour. We just hit an hour of our first podcast ever. We got the machine to work. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Step one.
That only took a little while.
A little bit. What do you mean a little while? Okay. I got it put up pretty quickly.
I was going to say good job. But
Good job. Yeah, but you're not going to say good job.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
good job on
I
you
wasn't going to be able to
podcasting.
do it, so good job.
You know, look at all these wires, though. Looks
Yeah.
really technical. We got another microphone. So we're going to have guests.
It's just
That's
the
the thing.
same wire rolled over
We're
itself
gonna-
a bunch of times.
We're going to... Don't tell them that. You didn't have to say that. We could have done it in the studio
Sorry.
instead of my hot dining room.
Well, you brought that up.
It's so hot. It's a hot day. But we're going to have guests in on the show.
Yeah.
But we're going to also have episodes where it's just us, because I like this. This is
Yeah,
fun.
had fun.
And then we're going to have games and segments and things. But for this episode, we thought it best to just interview each other, you know, and just talk it out. And I think I had fun. Did you have fun?
I think that was
We
the
learned a
best
lot.
interview ever.
Ever.
'Cause
We
I think
learned.
most people have problems, you know, answering questions and like making it elaborate, and we did not have that
and
problem.
we don't have problems at all. And we just kept getting way off topic.
Right.
And that's the best part about the show.
Right.
We're going to get off topic. We're going to get positive, though.
Oh yeah, hug bugs.
Hug
Right.
bugs, you ready for this hug bugs? You ready for a hug bug? You snug as a bug in a rug? That's what my dad would say. Do you ever get some dad sayings like that, like snug as a bug in a rug?
He says weird shit.
You-
He's got like old jokes. I don't even know.
Like old jokes, like back in Vietnam, like jokes that open like that.
No, but my grandpa does always go, "Oh, when I was in Nam, he just visited there like a month ago. That was it. He
That was
wasn't in
not
the
even
war.
the
Like
war.
he
He
just
just like
went
when I
like,
was
on a
in
trip."
Nam. You can't say it like that if you went on an EF tour,
He
Grandpa.
thinks it's funny. He was an English teacher. He didn't-
Teaching sentences in Nam. Back when I was teaching proper comma usage in Nam. Okay, you guys, this is the show. It's kind of late here. It's a Monday, but we wanted to do this because we like you, hug bugs.
yeah,
Do you have any ending question for me? I don't have anything left for you. I think we covered it.
I think we're good. Yeah.
I feel really good. We learned that polygamists have sex in a bullpen.
Yes.
And we learned that underneath the permafrost layer in Alaska is buffalo meat. And then we learned that Germans don't like our podcast anymore.
These are just all stupid things that I said.
Or Mormons. And then, well, I was listening to you. That's what I'm trying to point. I'm trying to
Yeah, I
make.
can't remember anything you said.
That's so rude.
Oh, that the only song we have by Florence and the Machine is.
The dog days are over. Oh, the dog days are over. The horses are coming. So you better run.
It's